Okay, welcome to another video that I'm going to make really quick. Not really quick, but I'm just going to show you basically how to remove the visible suspension on HSE 6C by whoever this human is, a Roblox player. So, what the suspension basically is that it lets you visualize what like the suspension is doing, so like you can kind of see, because it's not like a typical suspension on a car. For example, you don't have a lower control arm, upper control arm, whatever. You have these are like all attachments and stuff, and they can be changed by like how strong they are and whatever. But this basically just lets you see what's actually happening. So yeah, you can kind of see how, like, you can see the thing moving and blah and blah. If you have like a few bumps or something, like, hold on. Bump. Sure, let's have like a bunch of speed. That's way too big. Okay, let's just have like a bunch of speed bumps, casual. Okay, if you have a bunch of speed bumps, and I will probably put the time on the corner or whatever, if you don't want to hear this yapping. But when I put these speed bumps here, you can kind of visualize. So I can go into free cam. You can kind of, if you just watch the suspension. Hold on, let me just, yeah. Whatever. I actually got a free cam. So you can kind of watch the suspension. Like, you can see how the thing's moving, and I can't go over the bump. You can kind of see how the suspension jumps around and whatever. But if you make a car, like, let's say I'm gonna take out my great question. What should I take out? Take out my M2. Where is it? So here I have my majestic M2. Very, very beautiful car. G87 M2 in the blue. So, if you hear baby crying in the background, it's my little sister. Anyway, so you're driving around, and, oh, by the way, these gauges are beautiful. Anyway, you can drive around and stuff. But, oh yeah, by the way, VG Epic Lights. Should I make a video on how to actually put lights on your car? Because that'd be cool. Anyway, what's really annoying, that's been tormenting me for, a literal, more than a year now, like, ever since I've been using this HSE, is, look, it just looks so bad. The suspension, it just looks unrealistic. There's, like, you can see, like, the little suspension yellow things clipping with the actual car model, which I didn't make. And, it just looks bad altogether. You won't... But, yeah, so I'm going to show you how to change that. So, in the Explorer, close everything. Don't mind this. Let's just say, take this out. Open up, take your car. Open it up. You should see all these. Open HSE tune. Open plugins. No, don't open plugins. Open initialize. And you're gonna get all these. So this is basically like how your car initializes, or like kind of like when it spawns and whatever. This is how it like kind of, this is all the settings pretty much on your iPhone. If you have a setting on that's like, it doesn't show your battery percentage, it won't show how much percentage you have on the side of the battery thing or whatever. So if you want to find what you want to find, you have to press Control and F, or like hold Control or Command and press F. Then you have this find thing. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to search up sus visible. So visible. So now you're here. So suspension visible. So as you can see in this script, it says if blah blah blah, if this is true, then yeah, then transparency 0.5. And if it's not true, then it just transparency 1. So all you gotta do, false, change that to false, play, And then once you load in, as you can see, it's gone. So we have the little spring here, but I forget exactly how to remove this. Not this one, this one. But yeah, so it's gone. It's easier to see if I take a chassis again. If I just double this one. So in this one, I'm gonna open it. I'm gonna open. Oh goodness gracious! I'm gonna open it. Open the A chassis. I'm gonna open A chassis tune. I'm gonna go to initialize. Control F. Sus visible. And just set this to false. Just change where true is to false, and just like don't touch anything else really. Close it. And I don't remember which one exactly is the one that I just changed, but you in the video will probably be able to tell. So once I load into the game, you're going to be able to see anyway the clear difference. So let me load in real quick. And yeah, you can see the difference is there. Well, in one you can see all the suspension blah. Here you can't. So yeah, that's pretty much how you make the suspension sub disappear. If you want to actually make the suspension itself disappear, go back to here. I think it's in A chassis tune. But sus is you see sus visible, suspension visible. This is the actual spring. It should be, so false. So now that should not be visible. I don't remember if that's exactly how you do it, but that should be how you do it because that's what it's labeled for? Question mark? Anyway, let it load. As you load in, something's gone terribly wrong. So now, hold on. Debug. Okay, this one should be the one without. Open this, open initialize, control S, visit. Okay, that's at the false. False. Hold on, let me do a little bit of debugging. Give me 1 second. Hey. So now I get this abomination. So, yeah, I wouldn't recommend trying to make these springs disappear because that leads to a lot of issues. If you want another video on how to make the spring disappear and get all these attachments to disappear, I'll make a video on that. But again, open A chassis tune, click initialize, Control or Command F, sus visible, make that false. Remember lowercase f. And there you have it. So that is pretty much, not pretty much, that is exactly how you change or make the suspension blah, like the actual like attachments and whatever that makes the suspension go boing or something. You can make that all disappear. So, which makes a car look infinitely better. So yeah, now all you gotta do is, yeah, you can see the springs compressed too, slightly. Anyway, so that is pretty much how you make all that gibberish disappear, and thanks for watching.